All right, with this video here, we're going to be discussing a phrase that many of us don't like hearing when it's directed towards ourselves, which is taking the L, which is also taking the loss. You know, just take the L, man. Nobody likes hearing that. Now, taking the L does not always have to necessarily be a bad thing, because with taking the L, a lot of times there's lessons that can be learned from that. So what we're going to be doing today is redefining taking the L. So, with taking the L, instead of it being a loss and you just doing in it being a loss, we're going to flip that and turn it into a life lesson. So, whatever you experience, whether it's, big, medium, small, whatever the case, make sure you learn something from it. That's going to be very key into you, succeeding in life. Now, one thing that's going to happen though, which you'll definitely need some self-discipline to do so, is you'll have to self-evaluate. It's easy for us to point the finger towards other individuals or towards other circumstances on why we wound up taking an L. But to actually learn from it, that's where you're going to have to truly be, honest with yourself. And for some people, okay, maybe that's easy, but for a lot of people, it's not. You have to be able to get past your own ego and whatever other, internal flaws you have to properly self-evaluate. What did you do wrong that caused your circumstances, or what could you have done differently or better that could have helped lead you to success? For those, that choose to do that and they do it properly, most cases you will wind up having success, and sometimes you will wind up making another mistake. That's part of life. It happens. But as long as you're not still making the same mistake over and over, that's going to be very important. Now, for those that don't do the necessary steps, you wound up in kind of like a spin cycle where it's the same thing happening over and over. For example, you have a certain type that you date. Even though it's a different person you're dating, same result over and over and over. That's because you're stuck in that spin cycle. Or other situations that may occur. Well, again, the same result happening. Well, you take the same kind of loss. In other words, again, that's the spin cycle. So to break that, to escape that spin cycle, you have to be honest with yourself. Are you being too nice? Are you letting people take advantage of you? Just things like that, for example. But once you properly self-evaluate, you'll break that spin cycle. And instead of that L being the loss, the L gets redirected to being a life lesson. So remember, life lessons, they are essential to our success, because not everything is going to be peaches and cream. It's not going to always be roses. You will have a lot of stumbling blocks. Sometimes you will have stumbling mountains. But as long as you believe in yourself and you don't quit, you don't give up, you can achieve your goals. So, life lessons. Go achieve those goals. Have a good one.